Hello and welcome back. Today we're upstairs. We are in the closet. For those who don't know, that's what lives behind this mirror that I sometimes take selfies in front of for Instagram. And I thought we could do a little bit of a closet reorganization. Essentially, this is a wardrobe switchover for me. So I tend to operate on a little bit of a capsule wardrobe basis in the sense that I like to split my wardrobe out for spring, summer, and then autumn, winter, as I find that that is what really allows me to maximize, cherish the things I own, almost feel like I'm shopping a boutique. And also the other thing I like is that it makes the things that I've not been wearing or that I've had in hibernation feel brand new again when I bring them back into my wardrobe. So I'm going to share with you some organization tips. I might do some try-ons of some of the things that I'm looking forward to bringing back into my wardrobe for spring, summer. And if you're thinking, Jamie, it is way too early to be doing a closet switchover, generally I would agree with you, but the weather forecast is telling me otherwise. I'm going to pop a little picture on screen. I live in Sydney. It's really mild here, and I'm still going to keep some of those more cold weather appropriate items in my wardrobe, but I just want to remove the bulk of them so my wardrobe feels a little bit lighter, and also so I have more seasonally appropriate clothing to wear. So my first step, and I will show you an overview of my wardrobe as it looks currently, is to get in there and pull out anything that I'm not going to be reaching for, or things that I kind of just want to tuck away. And this is a really good time to assess the items in your wardrobe and think about whether they need any repairs. If they have been pilling, it's a really good time to start kind of using your fabric shaver so that when you pull them out next year, they're looking brand new and fresh. It is a great time to assess any silhouettes, items that maybe you are unsure about, thinking about whether or not this is something that you're going to see yourself wearing, or maybe you can pass it on to a friend or something like that. Obviously, I encourage you to try and make it work as best you can, and this is where using an app like Index can be really helpful, as you can sort of play around with the different ways that you can wear, or even just getting a personal stylist to help you think outside the box of different options and ideas to really try and push it that extra mile. I'll also use this opportunity to give my wardrobe a little bit of a vacuum as well, as I find that it can get a little bit dusty in there. So the next thing I'm going to do once I have given my wardrobe a little bit of a tidy and a clear out is I'm going to go through my off-season pieces and decide what I'm going to bring back into my closet. And I always do this with a very clear theme in mind. Usually it's based around color or particular silhouette. And for this spring season, I've decided to go with color, and I'm really leaning on, I quite like yellow, so little bursts of yellow, and then also blue as well as kind of my two main major accent colors. And then everything else that I'm sort of adding into my wardrobe is largely neutrals. And I feel like this is just a really practical way in terms of trying to make sure that I can get the most out of what I've already got in my closet. So when it comes to organizing your closet, there are three things that I think help to make it look really quite cohesive and calming. So one, I like all of the hangers to be consistent. So I use the same velvet flocked hangers for all of my items except for kind of my nicer jackets. Those I'll put on a wooden hanger, and those are all pretty similar. Then the second thing is that you don't want to cram everything in there. You don't want your things to look cramped. And I feel like when your clothing has a little bit more space to breathe, one, it is a lot more exciting to shop your wardrobe. You can see what you have, and when you see what you have, you're more likely to reach for it and actually wear it. The third thing is that you want to organize by color, because this creates this really nice calming sort of a feeling when you walk into your wardrobe, and also I feel like it's a lot easier to actually find the things that you want to wear. So I organize all of my clothing by color first, and within each color on the spectrum I also organize it from sort of sleeveless to short sleeve to long sleeved, or from shorter to longer silhouettes for skirts and pants. I've also done it for my denim, though this is definitely not going to end up staying this way because I usually just end up stacking the last worn pair on the very top of the pile. And one of the things I also like to do is try and keep my occasion wear separate from everything else that I'm wearing. And I know this isn't actually possible for everybody depending on the sort of storage limitations that you have in your house. And if you don't have the space to put your special occasion pieces elsewhere, I think it's fine for it to be floating around in the mix. But usually what I would do is just tuck them to the very end of your wardrobe so that you're not constantly rummaging through looking for something and then coming across items that really are not practical for day to day. So all of my occasion wear is actually downstairs in my office, and that's where I also keep all of my off-season stuff. I get asked a lot if I can show what this looks like, so I'll put a little bit of a preview on screen, all of these wardrobes are not full. I've only got the 3 on the far side, and even then I haven't actually utilized all the storage space in there. So one of the things I'm thinking about when I am organizing my closet and doing these seasonal switchovers are the fabrications that I'm bringing into my closet. I want to make sure that they are seasonally appropriate. While I do think that you can create some really interesting tension and friction by combining fabrics that don't go together, I think a lot of times it can feel like it isn't being executed the way that you envision it in your head. So I like that clarity that comes with just having items that feel right for the season that I'm in. The other thing that I like to do is to not tempt or tease myself with things that I just know aren't practical for my day-to-day. So I work 3 days a week, and then I've got my kids home the other 2 days, and then it's the weekend. So I'm only working part-time currently, and so it means a lot of the clothing I have has to work for that lifestyle, which comes with having young children, things constantly getting grubby. And that's one of the reasons why I've been gravitating a lot towards darker colored items and things that can be laundered easily. And this is something that I bring up again and again. And I think if you aren't prepared to care for something, or you just feel like it's a bit too high maintenance, you were never going to wear it. And it's best not to have those sort of in plain sight, because it's just going to add to that feeling that you don't have anything to wear. So these are again things that I would store in another space. I know that I have them, they're there, and when I'm ready I can go and grab them. Or alternatively, I would tuck them to the side of the closet along with all my special occasion wear, so it's sort of out of the way from those heavy rotational items. Another thing that can be really helpful when you are sort of preparing for the new season is to set up some style uniforms that you're going to wear on repeat. So these are like little recipes that you can lean in on when you're feeling unsure of what to wear. Because I think when you do these seasonal refreshes, you already had this kind of formula for how you were dressing for the season that you're in, and now all of a sudden you're faced with what feels kind of like an entirely new wardrobe, and it can feel a little bit discombobulating. You're like, what am I going to wear now? I have so much choice, I don't know what to reach for first. So setting yourself some style uniforms, maybe 2 or 3 to start with depending on how much time you have, but I feel like 7 is a really good number. Then that can be helpful in terms of putting together outfits that you really love and feel comfortable and confident in for the season ahead. And part of this is just making time to play in your wardrobe, because style is a muscle, and the more that you flex it, the stronger it's going to get, and the more playful, the more unique your outfits are going to be, the more tailored to you they will be. And I think that's just one of the exciting things about getting dressed for the day and visually expressing ourselves. And the final thing that I will do once I've kind of updated my wardrobe is I go through the storage at the end of the bed, and I'll give my shoes a little bit of an update too. So I've got a couple of pairs of boots in here and some other shoes that I maybe just want to put on hiatus for a little bit. I feel like I'm ready to inject something new, and I'm going to be bringing a lot more sandals back into my wardrobe. This means I really need to give myself a pedicure, but I am looking forward to that kind of period where I can wear some of my lighter knits with denim and sandals. I feel like that's kind of the best season, and probably going to be one of my morning uniforms when I'm taking the kids to do daycare drop off. And I'll give you a bit of an overview of what my wardrobe is looking like now. I am really excited to start wearing these items that I haven't had in my closet for a while, and just also shift my mindset from winter to spring and really lean in on that, because I've still been wearing more winterized outfits and just absolutely melting because it's been far too warm for them. But thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope that this gave you some tips. Maybe it renewed you with a sense of inspiration to kind of go through and reorganize your own closet or do a little bit of a partial switch over for yourself. But thank you so much for watching. If you do have any particular video requests, by the way, please do let me know. I'm thinking about doing one all centered around style uniforms, and also a video on accessories and sort of how to kind of maximize your accessories and make sure that you're not buying too much of the same. But yeah, if you've got anything in particular you'd like to see, do let me know, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. See you soon, and thanks again for watching. Bye.